finally made it.
How long has it been to this time? We said we had EA on Saturday, we had Bethesda and Microsoft on Sunday, we had Ubisoft and Sony on Monday, and then today, Mr. Pinky Finger is Nintendo on Tuesday.
It's only going to be for half an hour.
Half an hour Spotlight.
30 seconds. That's it. That's all there's going to be is 30 seconds. 30 minutes.
I'm picturing like a GIF screenshot. It's like injecting into your mind like Chuck.
The prophecy.
Prophecy is true.
Okay, anyways, we got 30 minutes, and we don't want to do it in 30 minutes. It's just faster than that. So, we're going to talk about all the games we think Nintendo's going to talk about in general.
Yeah, because Nintendo's not only going to have their Spotlight, which is a half an hour about, but they're also going to have 3 invitationals for the games we'll talk about, which are actually little championships in the middle of the show.
And there's going to be also their
Treehouse Live
events,
which will be taking place between the Spotlight and the event, and then one of the events, and the next event, and then all of Wednesday. So all Thursday, I should say.
So a nice breadth of content.
Yeah, hopefully, significantly so, because 30 minutes is not a long time to make announcements.
Now, first
unless you're talking about the Nintendo Direct speedrun that they went through last time.
Now, to be fair, it's just going to be Switch stuff at the Spotlight. Yeah. The 3DS stuff is going to be held until the Treehouse Live. So, first and foremost...
before we even get there, I'd just like to point out and acknowledge that last year, we talked only about Zelda, and boy oh boy did that work out.
Yes, Zelda. That's pretty much what they did for a whole day.
Yeah. And
they talked about Pokemon, Sun Moon. The second day, they also talked about all of the other content.
And like ever wasted went up. But I'm curious if Nintendo maybe got the wrong message and is really saying, okay, if we just talk about Mario for like 80% of the time, we'll be good.
That only works once. And
yeah.
This is not Breath of the Wild. I mean,
this is Super Mario Odyssey.
So this is the first thing that we know is going to be there. They say it.
It's got pictures. He's going to be there. His artwork's there. The hat with the eyes is there.
So I'm assuming I'm not can't guess the time frame, but 7 minutes or more.
Yeah.
It's going to be a trailer, and it's going to showcase Mario in probably a new region or two. And it's going to show the hat and what you can do with the hat. They showed you you can jump on your hat, but there's apparently this crazy cap store that had a whole bunch of different types of hats. I'm wondering if Mario can get new hats during the play of his world. Like, oh, I got a sombrero, or I've got a football helmet.
Yeah.
And that seems to be all these different power-ups could give Mario the edge. Like maybe he could turn into that guy, the charging Chuck, whatever it's.
Charging Chuck.
Thank you.
And I think that they're showcasing 4 worlds. I think people are going to be able to play at least 2 of those. I think that New Donk City should be one of those games.
It has to be one of those.
But I think we're going to have Koizumi talk about the game in his
story, the new, and possibly think it's going. I heard there was rumors that it was going to have a co-op.
I didn't really know if co-op is going to be a thing, but if it does, then it's a thing. Actually, you know what? It makes perfect sense for the thing. There's that trailer from the Karen on the rooftop showcasing it. So I think it's a perfect opportunity for there to be multiplayer. But yeah, Mario's going to be a big thing.
That's the big thing.
That's a big thing. It's going to be a big thing. And you know what's also going to be big, even though it's coming out in this week? ARMS.
Yes, ARMS. ARMS comes out
that Friday. And it's going to be one of the 3 invitational championships that I mentioned.
they already had it, and now I personally think we're not going to see much of it at the Spotlight. It might be part of a montage or just a quick trailer saying it's coming out. The reason I believe that is because we've seen it over several directs. There is own ARMS Direct. We've had 2 weekends of test punches, and the review copy is already in the hands of reviewers, and they've already mass previews for it. So there really isn't. Also, there's that new trailer video they released.
Yeah, this is the summer of Nintendo,
which shows off the 3 games, one of them being ARMS. And that kind of like, well, you're kind of telling us right now these games are their own little packet. Maybe you're not going to focus on it in the Spotlight.
Yeah, so you're saying is that we've probably talked more about ARMS right now than they're going to showcase in the Spotlight.
Probably. The next game as well, Splatoon 2. Now, Splatoon 2 is a big game for Nintendo. They love Splatoon.
Huge game.
In Japan, Splatoon is the thing. Now, what we've seen it's again in that summer video. It comes out in July, so it's right around the corner, like a month and a half, and it's out. And month and a week, actually, when E3 hits, it'll be out. And we've already seen a good deal of footage. We know that
Salmon Run.
Salmon Run.
We have the story mode.
Trailer.
We've had multiple gameplay videos out there.
And we're
going to have an invitational for
invitational. We know all the ranked matches. We know there's the turf war. We know all of that is there already. So And we also know the amiibo stuff. So it's like there's nothing else really you could tell us we don't know about this game.
Yeah.
It's more of a point where we're like, just give us the game. We got it.
Yeah.
Give us the game and we can be on our way. And I can see them doing a trailer for it, but besides that, I can't see them doing much for it.
Yeah, and much like that, I expect ARMS and Splatoon 2 to both have like maybe one segment of Treehouse Live just to kind of pad things out.
Also because of the invitationals. And then, well, can we get this game out of the way?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, the third game of that summer video was announced yesterday.
Well, whatever day it was.
What time is it? I don't even know.
I don't have a watch. I can't tell.
Pokmon Tournament Deluxe or DX.
Or DX.
It is exactly what I thought was going to happen. So that's
I knew it was going to happen. I wrote it in the scrolls.
When I saw that they're doing a Pokemon Direct, I'm like, that could be there. And it turns out it was. It's effectively Pokemon from the Wii U, but with all the added characters that they put on the arcade. And
so
also
there's
some
4
new
characters.
Five.
And then there was 4, and they added Decidai. Decidai? I can't pronounce the name. It's the owl.
Yeah, with
the owl character.
So yeah, that's 5 new characters. Apparently, there's some new levels people are saying they saw in the trailer,
and new modes too. Now it's 3v3 as opposed to 2v2.
Yeah. And the point is that there you have it. It's the game that was on the Wii U, on the Switch, with the added arcade content plus a little bit more. It's exactly like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and just like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I expect Nintendo not to talk about it.
Why would we not care about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at E3?
I think it's just more DLC. I'm assuming that it's just going to be like, here it is. That's why they announced it. It's already been announced. They had a long 5-minute trailer of a guy enjoying playing it with a bunch of people on his trip. And that was it. That was, okay, here it is. It's done.
It's been announced a week before because they have another invitational for it.
Yes, another invitational. And they're announcing it now so that way people don't look for it at the Spotlight. I think it's literally like, here it is. It's out. There, we're done.
It's good. Yeah, I think I'm lying on the fact that those
and the fact that, again, they're in that trailer video I mentioned.
Yeah, not only are they going to be invitational, so they're going to take a large chunk just by themselves, but they're also going to be present in maybe like minute segments. I hope minute-long segments.
I'm assuming in a montage. In the Spotlight, I'm assuming like a 2 to 3 minute montage of all Nintendo's games for 2017, kind of like at the end of the Switch event.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's where we'll see ARMS and Splatoon 2 and Pokemon DX.
Yeah.
And that's what I assume we're going to see. If we're lucky. If I see that stupid DX trailer again.
Yeah, they're not going to do that, right?
It's 8 minutes.
No, it's hopefully not.
And I think I better not see that during the 30 minutes we have of anything else Nintendo's going to announce.
So hopefully we definitely get to see is Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
This game is scheduled for 2017 in Japan. I haven't
heard
about America.
Yeah, America, it's hard to say.
It could be translated and out now. But either way, what they're going to do is probably do a trailer, much like they did with Xenoblade Chronicles X. They don't really showcase that game. That game is just kind of, here it is, you get it.
Yeah, they don't like to do big unveilings and discussions at the directs. They'll likely have a larger segment, and not playable, by the way, from the Treehouse Live. They never had any of their Xenoblade Chronicles games playable by the press at those shows, but they have had segments for Treehouse Live. And I think we deserve to see more of it if it's
probably in a story trailer. Probably showing maybe some battle in the trailer.
Yeah.
Or it could just be a story.
Well, I mean, the trailer we saw was so quiet as an unveiling. It was like they showed a lot of stuff, but they didn't show a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
And it was literally, here it is, and then they walked away, and we're like, wait, hold on. Can you give me a few more scenes? I'd like to know a little more.
I'd like to know what's going on, at least.
Well, I want to see more vistas.
Oh, you know what? Just show me the whale. Because the whale, that's fine. That's a story. Is that my father? Sure, whatever.
Anyway, we don't know anything besides that, but I'm assuming it's going to be a trailer.
Yeah, it's going to be a trailer at the very least. Then, Fire Emblem Warriors is the other game we know of currently for the Switch that was unveiled at that Switch event.
We've seen less than a minute of footage.
Like 30 seconds.
Like 30 seconds.
At best.
Yes, and we know more about it. Famitsu has had some more pictures, more characters.
You have unique characters that are like, new to that franchise, and then you have other characters tossed in.
I know Marth was announced.
Marth's in it.
Crom's in it.
Obviously, Crom's gonna get beaten up because Crom always gets beaten up in this series.
Now, as far as what we're going to see for it, that game's kind of hard to demo.
They've shown demos. Remember Hyrule Warriors? They had like 4 or 5 demos of that show.
Well, I meant that. I meant that during the Spotlight. I'm assuming just a trailer.
Oh yeah, trailer. I think
announcing a new character besides showing off the characters they've shown off for Famitsu, and then announcing a new character.
And they'll say like, you can transfer your saves between the 3DS and the
new 3DS,
the new 3DS version and the Switch version, which I suspect they'll talk about in some level at the Treehouse Live, because Treehouse Live is the only place you're going to hear about the 3DS games, or at least maybe you might hear about a blip of it at
Spotlight, but it'll be very
Spotlight, but only
very
in reference to just saying what you can do with it. So speaking of 3DS, since we're in the neighborhood, because 3DS is not going away, we're going to see Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon
announced yesterday, or whatever time that was. It was literally a blip saying, "Yeah, it's there.
It's coming." And here, look at these guys.
Here, look,
they look messed up, don't they?
And then they walked away.
And he walked away and lit the place on fire. It's like, this is what it feels like.
It was Pokemon Stars, which was going to be it was going to be a thought.
It was on our list originally until today,
or
yesterday, whatever day it was.
But we got removed it. So it is like White 2 and Black 2, but it doesn't. But it's not a sequel. It's a alternative story. And my immediate thought that is, what?
The scenario writers get bored and go, I can't.
I didn't like how Sun and Moon turned out, so let's redo it.
Let's make the ending weirder. Let's do it.
Or something. I don't know what this is.
We need more waifus in our games.
We need more context.
Have you seen the sales of Yokai Watch? We have to change it. We have to make a third version of the same game.
It's not the same game.
Okay,
it's a new game, but I want to know more about what it has to offer.
It's a new game plus question mark.
Yes, it's a sequel question mark. A new game plus question mark. Is it like Pokemon Emerald, where it's like the stories of their two games merged together?
Yeah. Will there be Mega Evolutions?
Will there be Mega Evolutions?
No, there never will.
Will there be anything? I don't know. I don't know.
It's an empty void.
Is this real life?
Are we even real?
Is this just fantasy? We don't know if we're caught in a landslide.
But Pokemon,
no escape from reality, Alex.
They're going to be there. The Pokemon games are going to be there. But frankly, everyone's like, it's Pokemon.
Okay,
you got it. We've made like money hand over fist last year. Let's release the same game.
Let's keep going.
We put a hat on it.
You know what's not going to make money hand over fist?
What?
Hey Pikmin.
Oh.
I feel Hey Pikmin is not going to get its fair share just because it's being made by Arzest.
Well, I mean, people have played the game and have said that it's a concerning thing.
It's pretty. We have to see more of it,
but it's definitely going to be.
Hey Pikmin it's coming out in
July.
July. Oh, July. I'm thinking of another game we're going to talk about in a second. But I'm hoping that it has a lot of crazy enemies, a lot of crazy environments.
They're going to showcase something. They're going to show it off and be like, "Oh man, it's so cool, guys!"
And it's going to sell people on it. They're going, "Okay, now it's worth looking into."
Then you have the other game, which is coming out a week after E3.
Oh, I can't believe this.
Ever Oasis, which was announced last E3.
This game, it should have been out by now. I feel it should definitely have been out before E3, because right now we're like, it's going to be sent to die. I mean, it's not going to do well, unfortunately, because it's new IP by Grezzo, and it looks interesting.
Yeah,
and I like the concept.
There's rumors of a demo, and I think a demo coming at E3 would be nice.
We have just something done.
It would be a way to get people attention to it.
And that's,
I haven't played my 3DS in like 8 months, so.
But that's Ever Oasis. That's what I'm supposed to say about it.
Both and that and Hey Pikmin will both be shown in Treehouse Live events, definitely.
Now, one game that was leaked. Or at least
someone found it.
Someone found it. It's called Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga DX
plus Bowser's Minions or something.
I don't know if maybe that was just a code name for it. But rumor is it that they're basically remaking the original Mario and Luigi RPG, and it's going to include stuff with Bowser's Minions in the game.
It's going to be essentially taking the concept of Superstar Saga, and we're going to make all the graphics look like we're going to use the same graphics that we used in
Paper Jam,
because we like reusing assets, because that's how we make money back. Because apparently they spent a lot of time and money on Dream Team and needed to make that money back.
It's a shame.
But anyway,
I might actually really like Superstar Saga.
Yeah, Superstar
because I like Superstar Saga.
Yeah, I know you do. So Superstar Saga Deluxe might be pretty fun. Hopefully it doesn't take too many liberties to change it. I guarantee it's going to be a little different in a few different ways. Yeah. And you're going to be like, oh, it's not a straight remake. It's a complete remake. Oh, no. But it's definitely going to be a remake in some fashion. Will it be at the C3? I'm just guessing. I honestly am not sure it will be. There's a chance they could have a direct in like a month and be like, this is when I'm going to announce it. Ha!
Oh, yeah, 3 games. Here you go.
They did that before. They literally have done it in the past where they've had a direct the week after E3 where they unveil like 3 games and the new 3DS. So it's like, oh, whatever, okay.
This is another game that leaked.
Yeah.
So now, unlike the other one, which was found, this was just
blown out.
We mentioned it before. Mario Cross Rabbids Kingdom Battle by Ubisoft.
Yeah, so we've discussed it already, but the point being is that it was heavily leaked. It's a strategy game, and we know a lot about it already.
It's Mario and the Rabbids, and they're in a battle for a kingdom.
Yeah, so
as by the title.
If it's anything like Ubisoft's last works with Nintendo, they will likely show it off at their conference, but likely in a larger form, and will be shown off in a brief trailer or some such at the Spotlight. The Spotlight is typically, as I know from previous Nintendo Directs, most of the time these are very specifically first-party. There's only a very limited number of third-party games that get shown at their E3.
But because it's Mario, there's a higher chance of it showing up.
Yeah, very much so.
If it's going to be there, trailer, move on. It's probably because they're going to demo everything during the live stream, so we're not going to see much more beyond that. You put this on this list.
Yes.
How dare you?
Speaking of Mario and third-party games, how about Mario and Sonic at the 2018 Olympic Games?
I don't think it's going to happen at this E3, but be my guess.
I put it here because I want to be a little bit, not say pessimistic, but realistic about games that could be announced for the Switch to make it look more bigger, like make the lineup look bigger. Nintendo could announce to fill up the holiday lineup of Mario and Sonic game and be able to say, hey, Mario and Sonic fills that gap that we're missing. Because we were looking at the lineup and figuring out where they go, and we're like, we're missing an extra game in October, and we're missing a game in August. Well, Mario and Rabbids would fit pretty good at late August, and this game would fit pretty well in November. That would fill their whole lineup if they get to release a game in Xenoblade Chronicles in December. But point being is that I would know absolutely nothing. That's pretty much a shot in the dark, frankly.
Yes, it feels like one.
It hurts. Oh, I got shot in the dark.
Now, the next three are also shots in the darks, but these are good things.
These are good. What? That was good?
The last Wii U game
okay.
Quality was questionable.
Yeah.
This one, there was rumors back when the Switch was first being announced, and people this rumor was being tossed around, and that was Super Smash Bros. Deluxe or Super Smash Bros. For the Switch. Rumors had it. It's not based on those pictures. You'll see those pictures are false.
The pictures were fake, and fake.
So rumor has it that they were bringing over Super Smash Bros. To the Switch, and they're going to add maybe ice climbers. For me, if they're going to do the way of Deluxe, which seems to be,
if we were to make it as deluxe as possible,
it would be all the content from the 3DS game and the Wii U game blended together in one big blowout game, and it would include ice climbers as well as maybe Wolf or another character.
I mean, already have
and probably include all the DLC as well.
I mean, that would make it by far the biggest Smash Brothers
game ever.
Imagine Sakurai being like, "Hey guys, this is the game. I'm not making any more.
This is it.
And he just disappears.
Peace! And he walks out.
He puts on a jetpack and goes, I'm out of here, and he goes into the ground as opposed to up. It's reverse.
It's like, whoa, he disappeared.
I'm describing a scenario that doesn't possibly happen. But the point being is that Sakurai, hopefully he's not been working on just this game, but I know that Smash Bros. For Switch is a thing at some point.
It has to be a thing.
It kind of has to. But here's the reason why it probably won't be shown. We already have 3 big eSports-like games being shown at this E3. Yes, they're coming out in the holiday during the same time, the same summer. But to announce a Smash Bros. Game to fill a 4th position would be an odd one, unless they announce it with a teaser trailer or just a blank announcement, and it comes out in 2018.
When they release the online.
Yeah, Nintendo. And that's my thought, is that the reason why they delayed Nintendo Online was, 1, they weren't ready for it, and 2, they wanted to make Smash Bros. To be the headliner for it. And because that game wasn't ready, they delayed it alongside the online game. So they might not even announce it until later in the year. But if they don't announce it, they at least have other fighting games to fill the gap.
Yes. You know what we haven't heard from in a long time? Retro.
I was going to say Santa Claus, but Retro is a pretty good guy.
Santa Claus isn't real.
But I got letters from him.
You know what's real? Retro.
Okay.
Retro has been in a problem for
13 years they wrote it for him.
Yes, 3 years ago they released Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and that was the last game we saw from them. A lot of hate for that game, though it's probably one of the best platformers in a long time.
The guy got a lot of negativity because of the timing of the announcement, and on top of that, people were really hoping for Metroid.
Yes.
And didn't get it. And
David Wise was there.
The actual level design was solid. Bosses could tweaking. But the game was good. But now it's been 3 years, and kind of want to see what happens if they announce another Donkey Kong Country. Just to see what the actual movie. No. People's eyes would literally boil out of their skulls.
With rage.
Their brains would go...
We're hoping that Retro is either working on a Metroid, which is probably not going to happen because the people behind Metroid Prime have long since left Retro.
Yeah.
But we could see a new IP from them.
There was rumors that they're making a new IP. I don't think it's going to be the Sheik game that they pitched initially.
Or the Raven Blade.
Or Raven...
way back when.
I think a new IP from them would be nice. Frankly, anything from them would be nice. They have yet to make a game that's actually bad. So at this point, any game announcement would be a wonderful thing to see at this event. Unfortunately, I don't see it coming out this year, but I do think that having a trailer that says that it's coming and that's all we need to see would be nice. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be announced at Treehouse Live. That would be a surprise. Oh yeah, and no virtual console.
Why do you hate?
It's just not going to happen.
Why? I have to agree with you, actually, because of Nintendo's third-party support and indie support on the eShop has been very positive and very nice moving forward. Yeah. And I think Nintendo's going to hold back on virtual console until they finish off with the whole classic games. I think once the online services pop up, then they'll start doing virtual console games.
Yeah, they haven't been very clear about how they're going to do virtual console.
No, they have not.
They've had the Nintendo Online service will allow you to play classic games online with online play, but only if you have Nintendo Online, and that comes out in 2018. What about the virtual console? They'll announce that later. I don't get it. I honestly don't, and something tells me Nintendo doesn't either. So I have a feeling that they're not going to announce virtual console.
Do you think we'll see a SNES Classic?
Not at E3.
No.
They'll announce it spontaneously at one time, being like, "Hey guys, it's coming out!"
And you'll be like,
20 games, $60.
And you'll have to take off from work every day, going,
"I gotta make sure I get this game."
Pre-ordered, and then you finally realize you don't get the pre-order.
Nope, they gave pre-order. No pre-orders allowed. First come, first serve.
So now what's Nintendo's theme?
So Nintendo's theme here is going to be
Mario Odyssey?
No, I think it's going to be Switch. Switch is big. Switch is big and big.
Switch is eSports.
We're eSports and we're me sports. We're about the games that everyone wants to play with a crowd and every game that you want to play with by yourself. We have
Zelda DLC.
Zelda DLC, we didn't even mention. It might be there. It might be a brief trailer or something. I don't really care. I really honestly.
You don't care?
Well, maybe I should say I care in public. And
you should say it in private. But the point is, it's going to be about the esports that everyone wants, like ARMS and Splatoon 2, and
Pokemon. And the
Mii sports, like aka the Mii games, Zelda, Mario, and Metroid.
Yeah. What?
I guess I should say that.
I was thinking Fire Emblem Warriors, but if you're going to that.
That's my. By the way, that's my.
Your big guess?
My big guess is a Metroid game.
So there's been rumors of Metroid games in development, but I have a grain of salt here. It's actually like it's not.
It's coarse.
It's really coarse. It's actually an imaginary grain of salt that's getting bigger because the reality is that it's not going to happen.
What you should have said is you should have said this is an imaginary grain of salt for your imaginary Metroid game. But that's not. But Metroid's real, so that's not a real grain of salt.
Well, point being is that Metroid can be a thing, but I don't believe it's going to happen. It's just too early compared to Federation Force.
Unless it was in development a long
time.
Then
again, my suspicion is a little bit weirder. I think we're going to see a new IP from Sakurai.
It has been some time since we've seen him.
Yeah, and he has been buying things that are tied to a new IP. He has a mech. He wanted to use the gun for his next game. I think.
Maybe he's making Metroid. Maybe we're thinking the same thing. Maybe this is your grain of salt.
No, that's not a grain of salt. It's an imaginary grain of salt
for your imaginary game.
So that's our major suspicions for them.
For Nintendo. And that is everything.
That's it.
That's E3.
We're done.
The sad part is E3 hasn't even begun yet.
Yeah. I mean, at this very moment, I'm just thinking to myself, I gotta start editing and releasing these videos in like 2 days.
And you gotta watch them.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, watch them again. Why would I tell you in the future, at the end, to watch it again?
Listen, it's confusing for everybody. Just watch your videos.
I'm telling myself in the future to watch myself in the past. This is some fourth dimensional stuff, man. Have you ever watched Looper, guys? This is kind of like Looper, except I'm not killing myself. I'm actually going back in time to watch videos of E3 before that happens.
E3 is a crazy time.
It's a crazy time, everybody. Enjoy E3. enjoy all the video games.
Look at our bingo cards, which we'll post on our Twitter.
38 Minion, and you might catch us at Nintendo Will Report doing videos and stuff for them as well. In the meantime, we're gonna go to sleep. You're gonna go to sleep whenever you watch this, and then you're gonna wake up and E3 is gonna happen at some point. There's gonna be something in between,
or after,
and
we'll have videos after talking about it.
All right, with our impressions.
Peace
Peace and love.